Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network this afternoon from Legion Field in Fort Morgan. It's a league clash as the visiting Frederick Golden Eagles take on the Fort Morgan Mustangs. I'm John Beltran on a gorgeous afternoon for baseball. The Mustangs carry a 3-game winning streak going into this one following victories over Elizabeth, Vista Peak, and then a 14-0 win over Bennett last Saturday. As for Frederick, they are 1-2 going into this game. They played some tough competition, including Berthoud and Meade and Longmont. And the competition that Fort Morgan is facing is going to be more emblematic of that as opposed to what they've seen in the last 3 games. That's not to discredit the 3 victories, but they also started off the season with one-sided losses to Sterling and Brush. Let's get to the starting lineup here for Frederick. The Golden Eagles once again at 1-2. Batting first is the right fielder Dom Lefevre. Max Meza, the third baseman, at second. The shortstop Riley Faulkner's the third hitter. Bryson Satterley is the cleanup hitter. He's the catcher. Batting fifth, the center fielder Ollie Justice. Pitcher Nathan Rapp hits sixth. The second baseman Logan Rosine hits seventh. First baseman Damian Banuelos hits eighth. And Carter Gale in left bats ninth. For the Mustangs defensively at first base is Michael Strange. Isaiah Ortiz at second. The third baseman is Miguel Davila. In between them at short is Charlie Langford. The left fielder is Angel Lopez. Samson Ortega in center. In right, it's J.J. Marquez. Jason Diaz, the senior behind the plate. And on the mound is right-hander Jaden Carrera. Jaden Carrera. 1-1 this season with an ERA of 14. The pitching staff has got an ERA of 8.1. So that's an area that certainly has to get a lot better. That goes without saying. In fact, the walk-to-strike ratio is horrible. 33 strikeouts and 37 walks. You don't need to strike out hitters, but you can't issue more walks than you get strikeouts. That's obviously a problem. Now, last year, Carrera threw an excellent game against Frederick in a shutout loss. And then the Mustangs picked up an 8-4 victory in Frederick. That was their last win of 2023. Then they lost 14 in a row. That was after going 4-5 in the first 9 games. The first pitch is brought to you by Buildings by Design. First impressions are important. Visit buildingsbydesign.com. They'll make your vision a reality. Here's Dom Lefevre from the right side. We don't have any numbers on Frederick. They have not updated those. Wearing their navy blue jerseys and gray pants. And the pitch. And the fastball's a strike on the inside corner, belt high. It's 0-1. The Mustangs in their black, horizontally striped jerseys with the white pants. Carrera, only a sophomore. And the offering. The breaking ball's a strike on the inner half at the knees. It's 0-2. Nailed the corner. The game time temp is 67 degrees. A little bit of a wind. The pitch. Swung on and grounded slowly to second. Charging is Ortiz. He'll sidearm to first for the out. And that was more of a three-quarter swing by Lefevre. Here's Max Meza, another right-handed hitter. That's the way to start off this game. If you're Carrera, just throw strikes. And the first 2 on the corner. Open stands for Max Meza. The offering. That's a little bit low. Took something off that pitch. 1 ball and no strikes. Straight up at 4 o'clock here on Morgan County's B106. This should have been the home opener. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs, but all of a sudden, the Elizabeth tournament got shifted to here. The game against Sterling was played here. So instead of the first home game, it's the 4th home game. And they've only played 1 on the road. And the offering. That's a strike on the outside corner. 2 on the road. They beat Bennett, lost to Brush. Ball 2, strike 1. 1 down, bases empty in the top of the first inning. Carrera kicks and fires. Fastball's very high. It's 3-1. Again, you got to stay away from that. Free passes have killed Fort Morgan. The offense has not been an issue. It's been the pitching for the most part and some defensive lapses. And the 3-1. Swing and a miss. That would have been ball 4. That was up and in. Took a 3/4 swing at that. It's 3-2. Riley Faulkner will hit next. Another right-handed hitter for Frederick on deck. 3-2 pitch. That is a called strike 3 on the inside corner at the knees. Meza looks back at the umpire, but that clearly was right there on the corner, 2 down. Yeah, I don't think that was even close to being a ball. And it looked like he went with a little bit of an off-speed pitch. So here's Riley Faulkner. We'll try to get interactive in the bottom of the 3rd and the top of the 6th if we can. The pitch on Facebook Live. Breaking ball's a strike. All depends on the signal we get with our other device here. No balls and 1 strike to Riley Faulkner. Carrera to the plate. Breaking ball is low. It's mixing in that fastball, that curveball, and what appears to be a little bit of a changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike to Faulkner. With 2 down in the first inning. The pitch. Fastball a strike. Outside corner, belt high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Mustangs and Frederick Golden Eagles will play on Saturday in Frederick. That's the only league game we will not have. We've got a big grand opening at Les Schwab Tire Center from noon to 2 in Fort Morgan on Saturday. And we'll be live on B106 at 405 Barlow Road. They've got free lunch, spinning the prize wheel, register to win a free set of tires. That's coming up on Saturday, but we'll be back with you on Wednesday right here against Skyline. And the offering, that is just off the plate. Went for the outside corner and missed. Ball 2, strike 2. Carrera has made it look easy so far. That's what happens when you throw strikes and locate them well. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a sweeping breaking ball, and Faulkner goes down swinging. 2 strikeouts in the top of the 1st for Jaden Carrera. Let's head to the bottom of the 1st. The Mustangs are coming to bat on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Here's the Mustangs starting lineup against left-hander Nathan Rapp. Brought to you by B&B Appliance. With over 30 years of experience, they can help match the appliances to your needs. B&B Appliance at 502 Ensign Street in Fort Morgan. Batting first for the Mustangs is the pitcher Jaden Carrera. The shortstop Charlie Langford at second. Left fielder Angel Lopez at third. The catcher Jason Diaz is the cleanup hitter. Batting 5th is the third baseman Miguel Davila. Center fielder Samson Ortega hits 6th. The second baseman hits 7th. That's Isaiah Ortiz. The designated hitter Chase Prouty hits 8th. And right fielder J.J. Marquez bats 9th. Defensively, Damian Banuelos is at first. Logan Rosine at second. The shortstop is Riley Faulkner. Third is Max Meza. In left field, it's Carter Gale. The center fielder is Ollie Justice. Dom Lefevre in right. Behind the plate, it is Bryson Satterley. And again, left-hander Nathan Rapp is on the mound. And he contends now with Jaden Carrera. Sophomore for the Mustangs stepping in. The pitch swung on and fouled off to the right. Carrera comes into this game hitting .286. Well, Carrera did a nice job of throwing strikes in the top of the 1st, and Rapp's got a very easy delivery like Carrera. The offering. Fastball tails away. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Golden Eagles went down in order in the top of the 1st inning. Laying down the sign is Satterley. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs. Ball 2, strike 1. Rockies open up tonight on our sister station 1010 KSIR in Phoenix against the defending National League champion Diamondbacks at 8-10. The pitch. That's the same location. He's just not following through. Those last three have not been close. Arm slot is way off. 3 balls and 1 strike. To Jaden Carrera. Fairly close stance from the right side. Way outside. Yeah, he's not comfortable out there. Looked like after that first pitch, it just changed for Nathan Rapp. I mean, he missed by a foot with all those 4 balls. And now you have to contend with Charlie Langford, batting .647. He's got all-state ability. He proved it the last 2 years, hit the ball very well. Langford is a nightmare for opposing defenses. Here's the stretch and the offering. Squaring to bunt, it's upstairs. He's missed 5 consecutive times with fastballs. 1 ball and no strikes. And if you're hitting .647, that OBP is usually higher. But in this case, it's at .632 for Langford. He likes to swing. That pitch is up and away as well. 2 balls and no strikes. If he walks Langford, they're going to have to talk to Nathan Rapp. He's doing what Fort Morgan was doing earlier this season. 2-0, swinging a foul back. I'm not sure why he swung at that pitch. You've thrown 6 consecutive balls and you swing at a 2-0 that was up in the zone. And that's why Charlie's OBP is lower than his batting average. At some point, you got to get a free pass. Open stance. Ball 2, strike 1. Rapp to the plate. And that's up and away. Throw back to first. Diving back to first, and back in there's Carrera. He got very sloppy with his base running way too far off. You've got a pitcher that is struggling to throw strikes. There's no need to be several feet off the base. And he nearly got picked off. I mean, this is about being smart if you're the Mustangs. I mean, they're going to give him a free pass more than likely. Rapp has not come close. 3-1. Swung on and popped up. Riley Faulkner, the shortstop, looking to his right. The third baseman, Mesa, makes the catch. And that was an awful at-bat by Langford. 3-1, a pitch inside. That was a pitcher's pitch. Charlie's such a good player, but that was quite frankly not a good at-bat for him. You pop it up in the infield, I had 3-1, and that was maybe a strike, but certainly not a hitter strike. That'll send up Angel Lopez. Batting .286. See, these are the reasons that you don't win ball games. It's early on. Pitches down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. I mean, that's just frustrating to watch, to be honest with you. He's thrown 11 pitches and only 3 strikes, and you gave him an out. The stretch at the belt is Rapp, and the 1-0. Swung on, and that is lifted into shallow left field. Mesa along the line in foul territory, reaches out and cannot make the play. Count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, Coach Langford's philosophy, swing at that first strike, you might not get a better one. The other philosophy is if the guy's not throwing strikes, let him throw at least 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. That's the best pitch Rapp has thrown. That was a curveball, and Lopez thought it was a fastball based on the swing. And that's the way a pitcher gets into rhythm. You give him an easy out, then he feels comfortable because he's established that confidence builder. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Very short lead at first for Carrera, and the breaking ball is outside. Throw back to first, back in standing is Jaden. And 2-2 to Lopez. And again, anything they got away with in the Elizabeth tournament played in Fort Morgan is not that's not gonna fly during the regular season and league play. 2-2. Fouled off to the right. Good swing there by Angel, just staying alive. On deck, it's a senior Jason Diaz, who had a productive junior year. 1 out, 1 on, no score, bottom of the first inning. Frederick went down in order in the top of the first. Carrera with a two-step lead. The pitch in the dirt, skips up the third base side, and Carrera takes off for second. Throw is late. It'll be a wild pitch. And it only skipped up the third base side a couple of feet to the catcher's left, but Carrera got a great jump on that one. And now it's 3-2 to Lopez. Mustangs had some good early innings, especially that second inning against Bennett with 8 runs. And they won in 5, 14-0 on Saturday. The Offering foul straight back on a pitch up in the zone, but that was a strike. Remains at 3-2. What I like about Lopez's approach, he's just shortening up that swing. Three balls, 2 strikes. With a runner in scoring position in the bottom of the first inning. Carrera's got a sizable lead. The Offering. Swing and a miss. Rapp blew him away with a fastball on the outer half. 2 down. It's a good tailing pitch. Diaz off to a so-so start. Open stance hitting .250. He's got a lot of room in right center. The pitch. Breaking ball is outstanding on the outside corner for a strike. A backdoor breaking ball thrown by the left-hander Nathan Rapp. Jaden Carrera several steps off of second. Faulkner tried to sneak in behind him and stepping off his Rapp. And that pitch is swung on and fouled off. And the count is at 0-2 to Jason Diaz. The pitch swung on and fouled back. The pitch up in the zone. Count is at 0-2 still to Diaz. A man at second, 2 down, bottom of the first inning, no score. Frederick and Fort Morgan. The Offering. Curveball is lifted into shallow center field. Outgoing is a second baseman and dropped. Did he make the catch? Yeah, boy, he nearly dropped it there. Logan Rosine kind of stumbled out there and was able to make the catch. And that will do it for the Mustangs in the inning. No runs. On no hits, no errors, a man left at second. We head to the second. No score. Frederick and Fort Morgan on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the second inning. 4, 5, and 6 for Frederick after Jaden Carrera went through the top third of the lineup masterfully with a couple of strikeouts. And he will face Bryson Satterley, Ollie Justice, and Nathan Rapp. We'll see if Frederick has an all right-handed hitting lineup. We know that the Mustangs do. And that kind of hampers teams. You can't play mix and match when every hitter in your lineup is a righty. As is Bryson Satterley. The catcher for Frederick. Carrera threw 14 pitches in the opening inning. That's what you want to do. 15 or less. You can throw 110 before you reach the pitch limit on 3 days rest. And the breaking ball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Stubbs Gas and Oil off I-76. And exit 66A in Wiggins. Gas, food, and all your travel accessories. Stubbs Gas and Oil. Jaden Carrera to the plate. Fastball outside. 2 balls and no strikes on Satterley. If the Mustangs win this game, they will equal their entire win total of 2023. The pitch swung on and chopped foul, third base side. Yeah, they had double-digit wins pretty much every year for the last, oh boy. I think when they had the losing season in 2009, they might have been 10-12 or something like that. I've got to go back to the 09 season which was their last losing year before last season. The offering. Curveball is lifted into right center field to his right, and making the catch on the run is J.J. Marquez. On that sinking line drive, there's one down. Marquez read that very well off the bat. Here's a lefty. Ollie Justice. Well, the Braves had David Justice. He was a lefty. We'll see if Ollie can hit like David. If he can, he's going to be trouble. And Carrera to the plate. Bounces in. Well, Jaden doing his job, just throwing strikes, and now he's motioning his defense to play a little bit towards the first base line. The offering. Breaking ball's a strike. Outside corner, belt high. And a nice job of mixing in the pitches by Jaden Carrera. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases empty, no score, top 2. Jaden to the plate. Fastball a little bit up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike again. We're going to try to make this work in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Interactive on Facebook Live on our B106 page if we can pull this off. It's going to be signal related. The pitch swung on and popped up behind the second base bag. Long run by Ortega, and he's going to make the catch. Langford went out, but I guess Ortega called for it early. He had to run quite the distance, and he was able to make the play. 2 down. 5 up, 5 down. Here's Nathan Rapp, another lefty, the opposing pitcher. And that looked like that was a changeup thrown by Jaden Carrera. The offering. Swing and a miss. Took something off of that. That ball was sinking in the zone. No balls and 1 strike. This is good baseball. Throw strikes, let your defense make the plays. And if they get base hits, so you live with it. Carrera's adjusted after that rough outing against Brush. Swing and a miss on a sweeping curveball down in the zone. It's 0-2. Looking to retire the first 6 Frederick hitters in this lineup. No balls and 2 strikes to Nathan Rapp. Carrera to the plate. Down and in, went with a changeup again, but that time Rapp was not biting. 1-2. Logan Rosine, the second baseman, is on deck. Laying down the sign is Diaz. Carrera pitches. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. The ball is dropped, and now Diaz is going to tag the hitter out. Strikeout number 3. And another 1-2-3 inning for Jaden Carrera. An inning and a half complete. Frederick nothing, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you from Legion Field on this 67-degree Thursday. No score, Fort Morgan and Frederick in the bottom of the 2nd. Mustangs had a runner at second in the 1st inning and could not play Jaden Carrera, who led off the frame with a walk. Now we've got 5, 6, and 7. Miguel Davila, Samson Ortega, and Isaiah Ortiz against left-hander Nathan Rapp. Open stance for Davila. The pitch swung on and grounded weakly foul up the third base side. That ball jammed him. No balls and 1 strike. Davila hitting .600. Off to a great start on the offensive end for the Mustang third baseman. Satterley lays down the sign. Nathan Rapp delivers, and that pitch tails away. A changeup makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Speaking of off speed, Carrera's done a great job. Oh, has he mixed up his pitches. The offering over for a strike at the knees, a delayed call, but it was right there. On the inner half, it's 1-2. Nicely framed by Satterley. Davila digs in. The pitch, swing and a miss. Second consecutive strikeout by Nathan Rapp as he struck out Brush's Fort Morgan's number 4 hitter, to end the previous inning. 1 down. Yeah, he struck out, actually, he struck out Lopez, so not second straight strikeout. And there's a strike with a fastball on the inside corner to Samson Ortega. Ortega batting .500. The pitch swung on and lifted foul, not a play off to the right, giving chase to first baseman Bañuelos, but he runs out of room. Carrera with 3 strikeouts and 2 strikeouts for Nathan Rapp. We haven't had a real hard-hit ball in this game yet. Could Ortega deliver that? The pitch. Fastball tails away. Ball 1, strike 2. 0-0. The pitch swung on and grounded foul down the third base side on that slow breaking ball. Ortega well out in front, but nice job of keeping his hands back. That was not a full swing. That was a defensive swing. It'll be another 1-2 to Samson Ortega with 1 down and the bases empty. The pitch. Fastball is way outside, backhanded by Satterley. 2-2. Here we go. The offering. Again, fastball tails away. Yeah, when that left shoulder, or the right shoulder, I should say, flies open a little bit for Satterley, the ball tails away. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss through a fastball right by Ortega down the middle. Very hittable pitch. Now that's 2 consecutive strikeouts by Nathan Rapp and 3 in the game. And 2 down for Isaiah Ortiz. The Mustangs' second baseman batting in the 7 hole. That's fisted to the screen. Hitting .300. Well, after a little bit of a shaky first inning, Rapp is starting to settle in a lot. 0-1. Foul to the backstop on a tailing fastball at 0-2. Can he replicate what Carrera's done in the first 2 innings and retire the side in order? No balls and 2 strikes on the second baseman, Isaiah Ortiz. Rapp to the plate. Swung on and tapped slowly up the third base side. Charging is Mesa, throwing on the run. And that's off the first baseman's glove. Damian Bañuelos. That's going to be scored an error. That's an error on the first baseman, Bañuelos. That was there. He just didn't look it in, trying to stretch. No advance by Ortiz, so that'll be an E3. That looked like a pretty good throw there by Mesa. Here's Chase Prouty. The junior hitting .250, the DH today from the right side. Yeah, you've got to catch that if you're the first baseman. It was not a perfect throw, but it was a catchable throw. With your foot on the bag. Stepping off, no throw. You can step off the back of the mound, and it's not a balk. Prouty digs in. The offering. Down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Chase had a couple of doubles in a game in the tournament played here. That's about a 2-step lead for Ortiz at first. The offering. Swung on and driven deep and foul down the left side. That was hit a mile, but also about 50 feet foul. It's 1-1. That had to be a changeup because Chase was way out in front. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 1 on, bottom 2. No score between Frederick and Fort Morgan. Neither team has registered a base hit as of now. The pitch. Swung on line. There's a base hit into left field for Chase Prouty. Moving to second is Ortiz. That was an off-speed. He waited on it. Kept his hands back and drilled it. And now a runner in scoring position for the 9th hitter, J.J. Marquez. Marquez hitting .214. Well, he had a man at second in the first inning. Can they capitalize on this? The pitch. Fastball is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. If you can turn the lineup over in this inning, you might be able to score a run or two. The offering. Fastball tails away. Yeah, Rapp gets into a rhythm, then gets out of it. But his first baseman didn't help. Banuelos has to make that catch, and it would have been a 1-2-3 inning to conclude the second. 2-0. Big lead at second for the lead runner, Ortiz. The pitch. Fastball, strike 1, inside corner. Thigh high to J.J. Marquez. The stretch and the offering. Swung on and fisted into shallow left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Rounding third is Ortiz. The throw to the plate is up the third base side. It's an RBI single for Marquez. Prouty to second. And the Mustangs lead 1-0 in the bottom of the second. I mean, that was just placed perfectly. That was a good pitch. And sometimes a good pitch is not rewarded. Carrera walked in the opening frame, stranded at second as the Mustangs lead 1-0. Conservative lead for Prouty at second. The pitch, swing and a miss. What is he going for? Come on. That thing was neck high. No balls and 1 strike. He might be a sophomore, but he's got tons of experience. Got to lay off that. At the belt, the pitch fouled off to the right, and that pitch was right over the plate, and he took a late swing. Jaden Carrera down in the count at 0-2. And you know that Rapp is either going to throw a tailing fastball or some junk that's going to land more than likely near or in the dirt. No balls, 2 strikes, a run across for the Mustangs. Stepping off is Nathan Rapp. Chase Prouty off of second. Marquez at first. The pitch and the breaking ball hit him. Got him in the lower left leg, the front leg. And you could tell that Carrera read that off the bat. He was not looking to get out of the way. That is a huge mistake by Rapp, ahead in the count. And now you've got Charlie Langford, who did not have a good at-bat. He popped up on a 3-1 pitch. Just got to be patient. A 647 hitter coming in. He can break the game open early. With 2 down, the offering. Fastball is high. Prouty at third, Marquez at second, Carrera at first. 1-0 Fort Morgan in the bottom of the second inning with 2 down. Langford awaits the 1-0, and he takes a strike right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike. Charlie certainly has home run power, but a base hit will do to extend the lead. The offering. Curveball is outstanding on the outside corner. That kind of buckled Charlie a bit. It's 1-2. That looks like an out pitch that Nathan Rapp can throw. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Langford. The offering. Swing and a miss on a tailing fastball. And for the second consecutive at bat, Langford just couldn't get it going. And he is 0 for 2. He strands the bases loaded. The Mustangs get an RBI single from J.J. Marquez. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and the bases left loaded. Let's head to the third. It's Fort Morgan 1, Frederick 0 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Logan Rosine, first pitch swinging, fouls it off his ankle. No balls and 1 strike. The Mustangs lead Frederick 1-0 on an RBI single from J.J. Marquez. Will attempt a Facebook Live in the bottom of the third inning, going interactive. And a breaking ball swung on and drilled into deep left center field. But right there to his left is Lopez making the catch. He closed the gap very quickly on that top spin line drive, and there's 1 down. 7 straight retired by Jaden Carrera. Here's the right-handed hitting Damian Banuelos. He made a critical error in the second inning. The run allowed by Nathan Rapp was unearned, because after that error, which would have ended the inning, Chase Prouty singled, as did J.J. Marquez. Kicking the pitch. Swung on and grounded left side. Langford to his right. Fields fires to first. Up the first base side. Diaz, or check that. Strange applies the tag. 2 down. Michael Strange at first base making the nice play. As Banuelos is retired. 2 down for Carter Gale. The 7th of 9 right-handed hitters in this lineup for the Frederick Golden Eagles. I love the way Carrera's pitching. 29 pitches to record 8 outs. Swinging a foul to the backstop. It's 0-1. He's just going right after him. Nothing mysterious about the way Carrera's pitching. 20 strikes and 10 balls. He could go the distance. But he's got to keep throwing strikes to pitch. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball in the dirt. 0-2. Here to Carter Gale. I mean, his defense is barely out there. 1, 2, 3, get back in the dugout. And the offering. Swung on, grounded slowly. Third base side, fielded by Davila. The throw to first is up the first base side again. Mustang's got to do better than that. And again, Strange has to apply the tag. But the play is made. It's a 1, 2, 3 inning for Jaden Carrera. He's retired the first 9 Frederick Golden Eagles. Fort Morgan 1, Frederick nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back at Legion Field, 1-0 Mustangs. There's a live look in here. The pitch is a ball to Angel Lopez. This is our interactive portion. And we'll be flipping it around to my side. I know you don't want to see me. I mean, that's not an attractive look. Pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. 1-0. The Mustangs lead in the bottom of the third. That pitch is in the dirt. Yeah, that's the issue we're having here. Our Viero signal's great, but I'm using a Verizon device for that. 2-0. That's a strike. But we'll be using it extensively on the road, that's for sure. Lopez struck out swinging his first time up. So with our road games, especially out in the Front Range, that's going to work perfectly. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded left side. Nice play by Meza on the 2-hopper. Throw to first is in time. Lopez is 0 for 2. 1 down in the bottom of the third inning. The idea is to go interactive. We'll be doing that for the road games. Trying here for the home games, but Diaz popped out to second his first time up. As he will now swing away and line it towards center field. It's a base hit. The Mustangs now have 3 hits in a game. And here brings up Miguel Davila. Davila struck out swinging. Looks like Hilser will be the courtesy runner. Nope, it's Zwedzig. Over at first base. The Mustangs' lone run came in the second inning. The RBI single from Marquez, and the pitch tails away. 1 ball and no strikes, 1-0, 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. The stretch and the offering. Swung on and fisted a second, could be 2. The flip to second for 1 and firing to first. It's a double play. Miguel Davila hits into a 4-6-3 double play. I don't know why they're announcing the next hitter. Yep, they gotta know what they're doing up there. It's a 4-6-3 double play, and the inning is over. The Mustangs get a hit. They leave the bases empty. Let's head to the 4th inning. It's Fort Morgan 1, Frederick nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Well, this will either be an omen or a curse. John Prouty joins me because Jaden Carrera has retired the first 9. And, John, anytime things change in the broadcast booth, I know this. There's no such thing as a broadcaster's jinx, but
baseball is a game of superstition.
Well, do you know what I said? That the Mustangs had no hit. Neither team had a hit as your son was hitting, and he hit the very next pitch into left field for a base hit, just on cue. So hopefully Carrera doesn't give up a hit in this inning.
Right.
And the offering. Breaking ball is fouled off the end of the bat to the screen. No balls and 1 strike to Dom Lefevre, grounded to second in the first inning. 1-0 Fort Morgan. RBI single for Marquez. That's an unearned run allowed by left-hander Nathan Rapp. And the pitch swung on and grounded sharply. No high hop off to Charlie's face at short. Oh, I think he's okay. That took a horrendous hop. That second hop, and he's going to be all right, but that hit him square in the left cheek, it looked like. Here comes Josh Langford, and that was just a horrible bounce. It's a base hit. Let's hope he's okay. I mean, there's nothing you can do there.
Fortunately, he turned his head just at the last minute, and it went off his cheek instead of hitting him square. But that was a bad bounce. Bad bounce.
Well, I've seen bad bounces. That is one of the worst bounces I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a conventional grounder. It was a hard hit grounder to short. I don't know if it hit the edge of the grass, because unless you've got some overspin on that, if it's a regularly hit ground ball, if it doesn't hit the edge of the grass, and it usually will take a true hop. But there, nothing Charlie could do, and the no-hitter is broken up. Into the fourth inning. Here is Max Meza, the third baseman, struck out looking his first time up.
Well, and maybe I should head back downstairs.
Well, maybe the bottom of the fourth, John. Maybe
It
bottom
may be.
4, but we'll see. Let's see if Jaden can get out of this start in the fourth inning. The offering. Fastball, a little bit low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, we'll be going Facebook Live when we hit the road a week from today at Skyline. The Mustangs, we will not have the Saturday game. We'll be at Les Schwab Tire Center for that remote, but that's the only league game we won't be covering on B106. Throw back to first, back and diving is Lefevre. 1-0 to Max Meza. And this is an adjustment for Carrera. He has yet to pitch out of the stretch in this game. Throw back to first again. And normally leadoff hitters like Lefevre have got some speed. At the belt, the pitch. Swung on and lifted foul, out of play off to the right. Count is at 1 ball and 1 strike to Max Meza. Frederick and Fort Morgan play on Saturday at 11 a.m. in Frederick. You want to at least split the season series as they did a year ago. Every other series for the Mustangs was swept by the opposition. And the offering. Curveball is a little high. Wow, barely missed
by much.
That looked like a strike from here, top of the zone.
It looked like it dropped in, and he missed it. But
2 balls. That's a great pitch, though. 2 balls and 1 strike. Carrera's thrown 37 pitches, only 12 of those out of the zone. 2-step lead. Go to the plate here if you're Carrera. And he will swing and a miss and a fastball up and in. Well, he gave him, should have been ball 3. That pitch was not a strike.
Right. But, you know as well as I do, when they're coming in high like that, you big eyes, and
but
you just want to hit it.
The temptation. 2 balls
That's
and
it.
2 strikes to Max Meza. Carrera digs in the pitch. That's in the dirt, and it's blocked out behind Diaz, but not far enough to advance the runner. So now we have a critical pitch coming up. It could be 2 on, nobody out, or 1 on, 1 out, with the number 3 hitter Riley Faulkner on deck. 1-0 Mustangs, top of the fourth inning. Chest level with a glove. The pitch swung on and grounded left side for a base hit beyond the lunging Miguel Davila. And a second will be Dom Lefevre. And that's 2 base hits to begin the inning, and both balls were hit sharply. And if that ball's hit a little bit closer to Davila, that could be a 5-4-3 double play. Instead, Riley Faulkner is in the batter's box. Struck out his first time up, and let's see if they play some small ball. This is tricky because you can play small ball with your number 4 hitter coming up, or the philosophy could be, hey, this is your 3 hitter. Normally your RBI men are right there. Carrera looking back. The pitch. Fastball, strike at the knees on the inside corner.
That was a nice pitch.
No balls and 1 strike to Riley Faulkner. Temperature about 3 degrees shy of 70 degrees. The offering, fastball is up and away. Took something off at 1-1.
Yeah, it's a nice day for a conference opener, that's for sure.
Yeah. The weather's been pretty good for Fort Morgan this year.
Yeah, it really has.
But we're not into April yet. And we know how that changes quite a bit.
Yes, it does.
1-1. Long pause. This is it. I'm going to be honest with you, John. That drives me insane.
Yep.
If you're the pitcher, now, not what they did. Go to the plate.
Right. Just get going.
Go to the plate. That's how you're going to throw yourself off as a pitcher. And that timeout was called appropriately by the home plate umpire. Look back, and now to the plate. He's looking back twice, and now the offering, and that pitch is down and away. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's hard to throw strikes when you sabotage yourself by getting yourself out of rhythm. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like Lefevre is going to be taking off anytime soon.
No. And it's one of those keep your rhythm.
2-1. Looking back, the pitch, and that one went behind him. And see, you changed rhythm from one pitch to the next. You took too much time, and that time he went rather quickly after a quick look back. And that translates to what happens in the strike zone, and now they're one pitch away from loading the bases. And they're starting to figure out Jaden in this inning. 2 hard-hit balls, and now a 3-1 count to Bryson Satterley, to Faulkner. Swung on line, and underneath the glove of Davila into left field. Rounding third as Lefevre headed towards the plate. It's up the third base side. The tag was not they got him. Oh, that's a bad call.
Yeah, it did.
That is a bad call. He didn't touch him at all.
I didn't think so either. Didn't look like
that. Is not a good call, and there is no way the home plate umpire made the out call as Diaz reached out, but he missed him by several inches. And that'll be the assist there by Angel Lopez. Let's see, they're going to try to get help in the field, but that was not.
It was a great throw from left field.
He did not apply the tag. But they're still going to call him out.
Okay.
Wow. We're going to score a base hit, even though that was because the ball was hit so sharply.
Yeah, it really was.
But Lefevre is eliminated at the plate, and the Mustangs catch a huge break. John, you and I saw the same thing. We're further away, but there was no tag.
No, he dove past him and missed him by a good 3 inches. There was daylight between.
Yeah, there was no way.
So, but that's baseball, and sometimes you get the bear, and sometimes the bear gets you.
Here's Satterley. Curveball, a strike on the outer half. It's 0-1. So base hits by the first 3 hitters, including Faulkner, who was robbed of an RBI. Yes, did he go to apply the tag as the runner was going by? He did, but it was never made.
No.
The pitch, down and away.
Because the ball was in the glove. He dove past him. He touched him with his hand, but he never touched him with
the throw was a little bit up the third base side, so it wasn't perfect, but it was good enough.
No, it was good enough.
1-1. Yeah, that is a huge missed call. The pitch. Curveball is outside, just off the plate.
Yeah, that one looked like it was
2-1.
Looked like it caught the outside corner on that one, but again, I'm not standing over the plate looking at that pitch coming in.
Well, and after the previous call at the plate,
yeah,
things are going to even out. Maybe 2-1. The pitch, not even close, way outside. Yeah, Diaz had to pull that baseball back into the strike zone. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, 3 singles to begin the inning, but Lopez threw out Lefevre at the plate on the base hit by Riley Faulkner, and Fort Morgan retains that 1-0 lead. Looking back is Carrera. The pitch popped up, foul territory, right side. Strange, the first baseman in front of the Frederick dugout, makes the catch, 2 down.
Well, that was just a nice way of staying with it, and I saw Diaz out there talking to him, telling him he had room, so that was just good play, good baseball all the way around.
That'll send up Ollie Justice, who popped out to the center fielder Ortega in his first plate appearance. The stretch by Jaden Carrera. The pitch, fastball is high. 1-0 as the ball gets away.
Yeah, don't want to get sloppy here.
Well, the third inning was just a mess. I mean, he got 1, 2, 3, but Charlie a throw up the first base line. Same thing with Davila. I mean, you practice for a reason. Those throws got to be on the money. Your first baseman, Strand, just bailed you out back-to-back plays. Swung on in line towards center field. Ortega is right there to his right, makes the grab, and that's going to do it. Frederick was retired in the top of the fourth inning. They do not score. They get 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 left. 3.5 complete. It's Fort Morgan 1, Frederick nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the fourth. Frederick threatened, but a runner thrown out at the plate, and the Mustangs retain a 1-0 lead. I'm John Beltran with John Prouty. Bottom of the fourth inning, Ortega, Ortiz, and Chase Prouty. 3 hits for Frederick all in that previous frame, and the Mustangs also have 3. Or the top half of this frame, actually. The only error committed in the game came by Frederick. Samson Ortega struck out swinging in the second inning. Yeah, you don't necessarily use the term must win early on in the season, but it's must win. You've won 3 in a row. You've got some momentum. Your schedule gets much more difficult after the Frederick series when you have Skyline and a bunch of other teams. So you've got to win one of these 2 games against Frederick.
Yeah, it's one game at a time, just like always.
And the pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to Samson Ortega. 6, 7, and 8. The pitch. And there's a check swing foul at the plate. 1-1 to Ortega. Yeah, they're just playing him straight up.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy about the defense here against Ortega. Swing and a miss at a pitch tailing away. It's 1-2.
That was the sucker pitch there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Awaiting is Samson Ortega. And the offering swung on and lifted on the right side and out of play. Count remains at 1-2 to Ortega. Game moving along swiftly, not even an hour old. And Nathan Rapp has got some good junk. Like that one, that changeup. And he's going to have to throw to first to complete the out. It's up the first base side. And that was the fault of Satterley. He should have followed through, but he thought he made that catch on the fly. And now they're going to check with the field umpire to see if the ball was caught in flight by the catcher, because the home plate umpire signaled safe as if the strikeout was not officially recorded, which would place Samson Ortega at first.
And I actually thought it bounced into the glove.
We can't see it at all from here. We have no idea.
Just hard to say.
And really, it's hard for the catcher to tell because you've got that cage in front of you, and you might have the feel that it didn't bounce. Yeah, it's a strikeout, though. And I don't cheer that stuff, John. I hear people cheering that he got on. What did he do? He struck out. He struck out. I mean, that's not a...
But that's a couple of calls that have gone the Mustangs' way.
Yeah. Well, one of them was blatantly bad. That one,
right.
That certainly was debatable. Isaiah Ortiz reached on an error, which set up the run scored by the Mustangs 2 innings ago. Short lead at first, a pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him. Ortiz kind of opened up that left side and was nowhere close to that baseball. Boy, I'd love to see Josh Langford play a little small ball. The third baseman, Mazes, even with a bag. And that's down and in. Runner going to second. High throw. It's a stolen base. A great jump for the speedy Samson Ortega.
Yeah, and Ortega is fast.
Count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-0. Fort Morgan leads Frederick, bottom of the fourth inning. Laying down the sign is Satterley. The pitch. Swung on line. That's a base hit into left field.
Rounding. Samson's fast enough. If he can get in there, he better get down.
And he scores. It's 2-0. Now to second. It throws up the shortstop side.
Threw it to the wrong side. Had he made that throw on line, it'd have been a different story there at second base.
RBI single gives the Mustangs a 2-0 lead. Chase Prouty had a base hit his first time up. Well, we began with a strikeout and then a base hit by Isaiah Ortiz.
And that was a solid hit. That was a good base hit.
Fourth hit by the Mustangs.
We'll see if Prouty can pull it out now.
And the offering. Breaking ball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. The stretch and the pitch. Foul to the backstop on a pitch up in the zone. The count levels at 1-1 with 1 out, or nobody out, 1 on. And a 2-0 Fort Morgan lead in the bottom of the 4th inning. The stretch and the offering. Swung on line. That's a base hit into left field. Let's see if the base runner from second scores. Holding up right there is Ortiz, and Prouty is 2 for 2. And again, it was a very similar pitch, a hanger that he deposited into left field. And now the Mustangs are in business. I think I hurt my hand, John.
That's okay, me too.
No,
but you hang it out there for him, and he's not going to leave it.
Well, you keep your hands back.
Yep, and you let the bat follow your hips.
Marquez's single was not hit well, but he hit it just over the shortstop. A placement hit his first time up. The stretch and the offering. Swung on, grounded into left field for a base hit beyond the diving Mesa. Here comes Ortiz. Prouty to second. And Marquez has 2 RBIs in the game. And the Mustangs lead 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, it's good we got the bat swinging today. We needed that.
Well, the one who needs to swing the bats is their best hitter. Charlie has had 2 poor plate appearances. He popped up on a 3-1 pitch that I think it would have been a strike, but it was on the inside corner. It jammed it, and then he struck out with the bases loaded. Charlie's got the opportunity as the best hitter to break this thing wide open.
Yeah, he really does.
And, John, if they go insane in this inning, I mean, really insane, they could end it prematurely.
Yeah.
But they need to score a lot more runs. They're up by 3.
But Langford is totally capable of hitting the gaps, putting it out to the fence, and even putting it out of the park.
Well,
but that's not what you want to swing for. You want to swing
for
but
you
contact.
See what's happening. The bottom of the lineup, your 7 through 9 hitters, they're waiting on the off-speed pitch. They're not anxious on the they're just waiting on that pitch and taking a smooth swing. Marquez's swing there was better than his first, and he's 2 for 2. So your 8 and 9 hitters are a combined 4 for 4. That's a huge sign.
That is. When you can have the bottom of your lineup hitting.
Yeah, because Jaden Carrera, 0 for 0, walked and hit by a pitch.
Oh, that's what they were. They had an out up on the board, and there's no outs.
That's correct.
I was wondering what is he asking?
Yeah, there should be a 1 on the board, but not an out.
Not an out.
Right. First and second, nobody out. The pitch squaring to bunt. The breaking ball's outside. Base runners just want to stay conservative here because if Carrera puts down a good enough bunt, and here, John, if you're going to bunt up the third base side, you force the third baseman to come in. Prouty gets to third easily, and Marquez to second. 1 ball and no strikes, and Mesa still playing almost even with the bag. Fastball up and away, 2-0.
Yeah, and Carrera is a really good bunter, too. He can put down a good bunt.
I would take the bunt sign off here. Why? Because Langford's on deck. You're ahead in the count at 2-0. Force him to throw a strike.
Yeah.
You know, why bunt it on a 2-0? Time is called.
But you don't want to hit into a double with your best batter coming up, too. I mean, it's one of those figuring out the strategy.
Well, I mean, that's why I take the pitch. That way you don't risk that at all. 2-0. 2-0, you take the pitch, make sure it's a strike, force him to throw a second consecutive strike, and that one's bunted foul up the third base side. Okay. Well, had he kept that fair, that would have been a base hit.
Oh, yeah. And Prouty was 15 feet away from
Well,
third on that one.
he's inconsequential on the play because you're forcing the third baseman to come up.
in. Yeah, he's got
the only play is going to be to first. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jaden Carrera. Let's see if the bunt sign is still on. Yeah, I'm surprised they have not adjusted anything defensively. The pitch, and he tapped at it and missed, and it's fouled. Got a piece of the baseball, and now he's going to have to swing away at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And if there was ever a pitch to bunt, it was that one right down the middle, pretty much chest level.
Yeah.
And he kind of angled the bat in a way that he wasn't going to hit the ball flush. 2 across for the Mustangs in the bottom of the 4th inning, leading Frederick 3-0. At the belt, pitch by Rapp. Curveball is swung on, grounded slowly to second. The play will be to first. It works the same as a bunt.
Yep.
As
so
the runners advance.
But he advances the runners.
Logan Rosine makes the play. And there's 1 down.
Well, Langford's got RBIs waiting for him. He's just got to turn one up now.
Well, if you know the opposition, I don't care if he's 0 for 2. I would walk Charlie to set it up for Angel Lopez.
I'd have put him on.
Yeah, you shouldn't pitch to him.
Nope.
The offering. Fastball is up and away, or pitch around him like they did on the first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Marquez has 2 RBIs in the game, including 1 in this inning. Nathan Rapp, the left-hander, to the plate. Fastball, a strike, and it's a tailing fastball. And what Charlie has to do there is go the other way.
Yeah, he didn't like that call, but that's...
he's been calling that all game. That's a strike.
Yep.
1-1. Runners with conservative leads. The pitch. Curveball is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Langford, with Lopez waiting to hit next. Mustangs looking to add to the 3-0 advantage in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch. Swung on, popped up, shallow right field, first base side now in foul territory. And the catch is, was it made? Yes, it was made. Runner breaks for the plate. The throw and sliding in there head first is Prouty. Man, Chase now.
He held up, waited.
Charlie owes him something. He gave him a sac fly.
Yeah.
A sac fly and a ball that was hit about 110 feet, and it's 4-0.
Yeah, and Prouty pulled back to the bag and waited, and Langford sent him. So, yeah, that was a well-timed go. And he just freight trained it in.
Well, if you're Banuelos and you make that catch, you got to spin and throw to the plate. Well, Chase got a great jump off of third base once it was caught.
Yeah, because he caught him off guard. He turned around and looked and didn't know he was going.
Well, if you're a fielder, you have to assume they're going to go. Just because it's not hit super far, pitch tails away. That's 3 runs in the inning.
But that's just knowing your game.
You got to know the game. It's 0 for 2 for Lopez, a strikeout and a ground out. Marquez, the trail runner, to third.
And what have we said many times about that baseball IQ?
Swung on and driven into deep left center field, but 2 is left and under it. Making the catch is Carter Gale for the out. And the Mustangs are finally retired in the bottom of the 4th inning. However, they pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors and a man left. Let's head to the 5th inning. Jaden Carrera working on a shutout. Fort Morgan 4, Frederick 0 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Sarah Boone helps families in...
Let's head to the 5th inning. I'm John Beltran with my good friend, my brother John Prouty. 4-0 Mustangs with 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Right-hander Jaden Carrera is working on the shutout. He's allowed 3 hits in the game. The Mustangs have 6 hits. 2 by Prouty and 2 by Marquez to lead the way. Pitch to Nathan Rapp. Breaking ball is outside. Rapp struck out his first time up. 6, 7, and 8 for Frederick. This is Morgan County's B106, KPRB, Brush, Fort Morgan. And the kick and the pitch. Swung on and lifted foul, third base side. Giving chase is Davila, but it's well out of play. 1-1. Saw that channel 130 on Spectrum is called MLB1, known as Rockies TV. And I'm anxious to see how many purchase that package.
Yeah.
For $100 a year to watch a last place team in the NL West. No longer is it part of the package. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a changeup down and away.
That was a good spot, too.
1 ball and 2 strikes, and you could see that Nathan Rapp was way out in front. Jaden Carrera to the plate, way outside. You could see that right out of his hand. It was a ball.
Yeah, he was just trying to bait him on that one, but he wasn't biting.
2-2 to the opposing pitcher, 4-0. Mustangs lead in the 5th inning. The pitch, swung on line. That is going to be a base hit into right field. 4th hit of the game for Frederick.
And that was just a well-hit ball. That really was.
Let's also point this out. Fort Morgan has not won a league game here in 2 years.
Well,
their lone win in the league came at Frederick last year, so this is huge.
Let's
to win your first league game in 2 years at your home field. Logan Rosine popped out his first time up, and he takes it for a ball. Down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. The Mustangs have played, I wouldn't say impeccable defense. They don't have an error, but Michael Strange has done a great job at first base.
Yeah, he's covered him down quite a bit. He's stepped up and done a great job over there on first.
Sometimes it helps when you don't hit. That's your one job, is to play defense.
Allows you to get focused.
Squaring to bunt is Rosine. And he takes it for a strike, a delayed call at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. A run in the 2nd and 3 in the 4th for the Mustangs. 4-0. Open stands for Rosine. At the belt and the offering. Curveball is a beauty. That's one of the best pitches he's thrown. It froze the right-handed hitter. It's 1-2. Frederick has turned the lone double play in this game that ended the 3rd inning. 2-step lead for Nathan Rapp. The offering. Swung on line, and that's a base hit into left field and a 1-2. And to begin the inning for the 2nd straight frame, back-to-back hits for Frederick. In fact, an inning ago, they had back-to-back-to-back base hits. And watch out, you're going to turn this lineup over momentarily. Damian Banuelos grounded to short. And all of a sudden, the tying run is on deck. Well, these pitchers were striking out opposing hitters early in the game, but now these hitters have adjusted very nicely. And the offering squaring to bunt, and it's laid down beautifully. 3rd base side, Diaz spins, throws to first, and he throws it into right field. Rounding 3rd and scoring is Nathan Rapp. And to 3rd is Logan Rosine. Will call it a sacrifice and an error on Diaz. And it's 4-1, and the tying run is at the plate. I mean, a good throw gets him, but that's still an error.
Yeah, and you really, in that situation, you've got to at least come out and get the out. You don't give him the base and the run.
Well, but he's got to take his time, John.
Oh, he rushed it. He was spinning around, rushed it, threw it. I mean, he was 10 feet off the bag.
You have to know the situation. You're up 4-0. If he beats it out, but that technique was not good.
Fortunately, Marquez read that and came in and made that stop quick and got it back into play. Or else they'd have been putting up 2 runs.
Strike with a fastball at the knees to Carter Gale. He grounded to Davila in his first at bat. So both teams now have a miscue. His technique was perfect until he unleashed that throw, and it was not even close. The pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Jason Diaz. Count levels at 1-1. This game could change right now. You've had 2 base hits and a sac bunt with an error. For the 2nd straight inning, Frederick has 3 on base, but this time they've scored. Stretch by Jaden. And the offering. Curveball is up and in. It didn't break.
Yeah, it just stayed up there, didn't it?
Yep, 2-1. And watch out, you've got Lefevre on deck. He would have scored the game's first run, but the Mustangs caught a break. 2 balls, 1 strike. Throw back to first, and that ball hit the runner, and the ball skips away, flagged down by Strange. Well, see now,
Looked like it hit him in the arm.
now you're going for a cheap out.
Yeah.
And it's a
Well,
good idea, but John, it's a sense of desperation at this point. Go after the hitter.
Yeah.
To get a cheap out is not, it's not that easy.
No. And if you catch him, that's a different story. But you gotta go for the out at the plate. You gotta work the batter.
Well, I mean, especially when you're down in the count, you got to attack here. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jaden's only thrown 65 pitches. The pitch, squaring to bunt, and he lays it foul third base side. Mustangs caught another break. I don't know why Gale even attempted it. That would have been 3-1, John.
Right.
That was way up there.
That was way up there. He hit it clear over his head, trying to get that bunt down.
Well, now you've got to swing away at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And if you could sneak in a fastball in the outside corner or a sweeping breaking ball, that would be sweet. Jaden Carrera to the plate. Foul to the backstop.
That was a good pitch.
Excellent pitch, but
He was just on it just enough to catch a piece of it.
that's all he needed.
Yep. Keeps him alive and keeps everything going.
2-2 to Carter Gale. And the offering. Here it is. Swung on, fouled up the third base side. On the ground. Carrera's working up that pitch count.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to matter because you got a game in 2 days.
Right.
I'm sure he's got the rotation set. But if you can go with one pitcher, that is a luxury.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, when you don't have to rotate people in and out and your pitcher's on.
Yeah, especially with this staff, an ERA of 8 coming in. The offering, and that is a check swing foul up the first base side. Carter Gale took that ball off the ground.
He did, and I think he just wants to stay alive. He's not going to make the umpire make that decision, and that's good batting.
Remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Carter Gale. Runners at the corners, 4-1 Fort Morgan, top 5. The pitch swung on and chopped off the hitter, foul. No, that went off the hitter. That's a foul ball.
It called a foul ball.
Yeah, that's clearly a foul.
Went off his leg or his foot,
Well,
but clearly both umpires saw that.
this will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Now the game is really slowed down. This at-bat alone. And the offering. Here it is. Called strike 3 on a breaking ball. Gale goes down on a 3-2.
Caught him
Make it a
looking.
2-2.
Yeah, it was a 2-2, but it caught him looking. Just froze him. He was not expecting that curveball coming in.
That is a huge strikeout on the breaking ball. Strikeout number 4 for
It's a gutsy pitch
Jaden
for a
Carrera.
third strike, too.
Yeah, you got to do it. Lefevre's 1 for 2. A ground out and a base hit. The offering. Breaking ball, a strike, same as the previous pitch.
It was. I wouldn't be hanging those out there too many times, though.
You're right about that. I wouldn't throw it twice in a row to the same hitter.
I wouldn't. Somebody will park it.
At third is Rosine. Banuelos at first. 4-1 Mustangs. Top of the 5th, 1 down. Throw back to first. Back in diving is Banuelos. How about a nice ground ball right up the middle for a double play?
That
Somewhere in
would be
double
nice.
play territory. The pitch. Check swing in the dirt. Count is now sitting at 1-1. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending. That's Premier Farm Credit with over 100 years of experience. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 across, and 2 on. The offering. That's upstairs. 1 with a breaking ball, but it stayed high. Carrera's up to 74 pitches. And 2-1. The Mustangs want to play just 7 innings, or 6.5 to be more accurate. Pitch in the dirt. And now here comes Banuelos to second, no throw. That'll be a wild pitch. Well, now everything has changed.
Yep.
No forced situation. But get a ground ball or a pop-up. That second out is what you need.
Yeah, you got to get that second out in this situation.
I don't know, maybe Jaden's starting to tire. His strike-to-ball ratio is starting to tighten up a little bit too much. The pitch in the dirt, not even close.
Nope.
And the bases are loaded for Max Meza, who struck out and singled to left. Here comes Josh Langford.
Yeah, he's going to go out and have a talk with his pitcher.
Well, let's see if that's going to be it. I don't think so. I think he's going to allow him to get this hitter. But it's 4-1. The bases are loaded. After retiring the first 9 hitters, Carrera struggled in the last 2 innings. And he has given up 5 base hits and a host of base runners. Well, again, you need something in the infield or you don't need a strikeout.
Yeah, no, a strikeout is not going to serve you well.
So here we go with the third baseman, Meza. All right, how about a double play? Let's get out of it with 1 pitch. The offering. Low. 1 ball and no strikes to the number 2 hitter in this lineup. The infield is a double play depth. In on the corners are Davila and Strange. Fastball is inside. That's a good pitch, but it's a good ball to be called. That's not a strike, 2-0.
And he's working the zone, trying to get him to swing at it, but he's not biting.
Well, now you got to come in with a fat one. And hopefully
get him to swing.
Yeah, well, I'd be taking if I was Meza.
Yeah, I would be too.
2-0 pitch, not even close, way outside. This could be Carrera's last hitter. Looked like he aimed that one and missed by a mile.
That went way high and outside.
This could bring in Langford at short to the mound, and they just switch places.
Yes.
That's my guess. 3-0. And the offering. That's a strike.
There you go.
On
he
the
caught
outer
that
half.
outside corner.
3-1 on pitch number 80 from Jaden Carrera. The bases are loaded, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a pitch up in the zone. That might have been ball 4, but he went chasing.
He did.
3-2. Rosine, Banuelos, and Lefevre on the base paths.
And he knew it, too.
Diaz lays down the sign. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and tapped foul, third base side. And you've got to throw something at least close.
Yeah, you really do.
Challenge the hitter.
Get him to swing.
If you throw ball 4, at least make him think about it. Meza waits the 3-2. Here it is. Popped up. Foul territory, third base side. Going over to his right is Davila, and he makes the catch. I think he went with a changeup because he was so far out in front.
Yeah.
And it hung up there.
And it was a good changeup because he did not change the speed of his windup, and it looked like it was coming in fastball.
Yeah.
And he took that fast cut. He was way ahead of it.
Riley Faulkner has been feast or famine. He struck out and got a base hit. Not out of the inning yet. With 2 down and the bases remaining loaded. That's a great job by Jaden Carrera. The pitch swung on line foul. Has no chance of being fair because he threw that off the corner, and there's no way you keep that fair.
Nope. He was jumping all over it, too.
But you get ahead of the count. Now you can work your repertoire of pitches.
Work the zone now.
0-1. Pitch to Faulkner. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 across for Frederick at the top of the 5th inning. 4-1 is a lot different than 4-2 or 4-3. Keep this at a 3-run game, and the Mustangs are 6 outs away. The pitch, and that is hit slowly on the ground, second base side. Ortiz charges, throws to first, and he threw it away. That's going to score 2 runs. And it's 4-3. The trail runner goes to third. That'll be a single and an error. He would have been safe at first anyway.
Yeah, that's one when you just got to know, I got to hold it, eat it. I'm not going to make the play. You're trying to force something, and it's just not coming at that point.
4-3, and Josh Langford knows that was a great pitch made by Jaden Carrera, but Ortiz just threw it into the ground. Nothing Strange could do at first base. Bryson Satterley is 0 for 2. Yeah, now it's a one-run game.
Yep. And we can't give the momentum back to them.
Well, they just did.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't give them the lead, but...
right. That was huge.
The pitch. Fastball is outside. A little bit high, 1-0. To the opposing catcher. Runners at the corners. The offering. In the dirt and skips away, and the game is tied. On the wild pitches, the ball skips to the screen, and Lefevre scores. To second is Faulkner. It's 4-4. Well, it's that little ground ball hit to Ortiz. That was going to be a base hit. The Mustangs do have the advantage being the home team, but they don't have any momentum now. They've let a 4-0 lead slip away. All the runs in this inning for Frederick. Fastball high. 3-0. Diaz lays down the sign. The pitch is down and away. It's a walk. Let's see if Langford comes out of that dugout.
You know, I was looking. I did not see him come out.
Here's the left-handed hitting Ollie Justice. Popped out and lined out. He's 0 for 2. Long pause by Carrera, the pitch. Fastball a strike, belt high. It's 0-1.
Yeah, whoever's running that scoreboard needs to clear it.
Well, we know what the count is.
We do.
We have our own scoreboard here. The stretch and the offering. That's off the plate on the changeup. Yeah, I think that's a good ball there. That's close, but it's not a strike.
Yeah, fans didn't like the call, but from
1
where
and
he
1.
caught it, it was off the plate.
Yeah, you can't call for it. This is the fifth inning. You can't call for strikes there.
No.
Stretch by Jaden. The pitch. Tapped foul to the backstop. And he's thrown a lot of pitches in his fifth inning.
Yeah, what's
should be his
pitch
last,
count?
93.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Tied at 4 in the top of the fifth inning. Fort Morgan and Frederick. The pitch. Nope. That missed with the off speed.
So 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, that clearly missed. It was a changeup, but that clearly missed. It was close.
It was, but it was on that outside of the plate.
2-2 at second. And there's 2 on Faulkner and Satterley. I mentioned 1 on, 2 on for Frederick. Throw back to first, and they got him.
Oh, yes, caught him watching it.
Well, that is a terrible job there by Bryson Satterley.
It really was, because he was watching the play and didn't see him make
and that's the third time that he's thrown over there.
Yeah.
With a trail runner at first base. And picked off as Satterley. Yeah, that was
a nice catch.
Yeah, that is not a very good play.
No.
By the runner Satterley. In the inning, however, 4 runs, 3 hits. There were 2 Mustang errors and 1 left. Let's head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Fort Morgan 4, Frederick 4 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Tied at 4, Fort Morgan and Frederick. And stepping to the plate for the Mustangs will be Jason Diaz, followed by Miguel Davila and Samson Ortega. Against left-hander Nathan Rapp. The line score, the Mustangs with 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors, 5 left. 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 3 left for the Frederick Golden Eagles. Jason Diaz has popped out and singled. 1 for 2 in the game. Open stands for the right-handed hitting catcher. The pitch. That's a fastball for a strike. On the outer half, it's 0-1. 81 pitches deep is wrapped. Both coaches will be going to the bullpen. The offering. Curveball is outside. Yeah, this should be Rapp's last inning as well. 1-1. Mustangs had a 4-0 lead before this inning. The pitch. Foul to the backstop. Over the backstop, it's 1-2. For the Mustangs, it's 4, 5, and 6 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Stepping off is Rapp. Satterley runs through the signs again. The pitch. Breaking ball is outside. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Way outside. 3-2 to Jason Diaz. On the 86th pitch from Nathan Rapp. Here it is. Popped foul, not a play. Part of that description came from John in the form of
Well, that was because I was enjoying that hot dog.
That's exactly right. Nothing better than a ballpark hot dog.
There is not. Nice evening, ballpark hot dog and baseball.
3-2 to Diaz, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss. He got him with a changeup at the letters. 1 down. Heck of a pitch thrown by Rapp.
It really was.
Nathan Rapp has picked up his 6th strikeout. Davila struck out and hit into a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2. And the offering, way outside. That fastball tailed away. 1 ball and no strikes. I'm assuming Charlie will pitch the... Well, Jaden still has some pitches left. He could go out in the 6th inning.
He might. He might use him up. Oh.
Up and in. 2-0 to Miguel Davila. Mustangs with a run in the 2nd and 3 in the 4th. 4 runs in the 5th inning for Frederick. 2-0. That's a strike on the outside corner. Ball 2, strike 1.
Got to crowd that plate a little more.
Pretty much, yeah. That could have been called a ball. It was right on the edge.
It really was.
The offering. Breaking ball down and in. I'm surprised.
That's why I say stand in and take one off the
I'm
5.
surprised he threw him a breaking ball on a 2-1.
Yeah.
You got the bases empty. Challenge with your fastball. Fort Morgan has really not hit the ball that well except your 8 and 9 hitters.
Right.
And this is your number 6 hitter. Actually, your number 5 hitter.
5.
3-1 pitch.
Oh.
Swung on and popped into right field. A routine play. To his left is Dom Lefevre. He makes the grab. 2 down. Samson Ortega struck out twice. I'll give Rapp some credit. He's been throwing some good off-speed stuff. Here's Samson with 2 down and the base is empty.
Well, Samson's got power if he can get hold of one.
Yeah, but he has struggled today. The pitch. fouled straight back. He's having trouble with the off-speed stuff.
Yeah, he really is. He's used to those fastballs.
Well, if he can adjust.
Make the adjustment, and all of a sudden you're on.
0-1.
Did none of our baseballs come back?
Well, you got to assign somebody. If not, they just hang out somewhere in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm. Or the little kids grab them and run off.
That, which is ridiculous.
Well, they think they're at their major league ballpark.
Exactly.
And baseballs are expensive now, too.
Without a question.
Yeah, they're not cheap anymore. Of course, nothing's cheap anymore.
That's it. Life is expensive.
It is.
No balls and 1 strike to Samson Ortega, the offering. Fastball is upstairs and the count levels at 1-1.
And I actually think that tailed up.
Oh, he's got movement on every pitch. Be prepared for everything life throws at you at Gordon Insurance. The pitch. Fastball is inside underneath the elbows. 2-1 to Samson Ortega. He awaits the offering. Here it is. Popped up and out of play. Count remains at 2, or goes to 2-2, I should say. Man, this thing has slowed down considerably.
It has. I mean, it was
first 3 innings
right
were
along.
whizzing by.
Yeah. And then everything just kind of ground to a halt. Or slow crawl, anyway.
Exactly. 2-2 pitch. Outside with a tailing heater.
Well, he's making him burn up a lot of pitches, so he's having a good at bat anyway.
He's at 97 for the game. 3-2. 2 down, bases empty in the bottom of the 5th. Fort Morgan and Frederick are tied at 4. The pitch. Down and in, it's a walk. Here comes Isaiah Ortiz, aboard on a miscue, and he singled. Well, the Mustangs had a 2-out rally earlier. Now they're going to need another one.
Well, sometimes they do their best work on 2 outs. Well, and I think I see the coach coming out. I'm wondering if he's...
Well, it's 98 pitches deep.
Yeah. So this might be it for him.
And let's see if they go to the bullpen for the Frederick Golden Eagles. And that is going to be the case. We'll take a break. We're tied at 4 in the bottom of the 5th inning on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Here we go. Isaac Garcia is the new pitcher for Frederick. Along with John Prouty, I'm John Beltran. We're tied at 4 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nathan Rapp has gone 4 2/3 innings, and the runner at first is his responsibility after walking Samson Ortega. Isaiah Ortiz is 1 for 2. A right-hander. This will be the first pitch from a right-hander for Frederick. The pitch over for a strike at the knees with a fastball. No balls and 1 strike to Isaiah Ortiz. Two-and-a-half-step lead at first for Ortega. He's got tons of speed. Has a stolen base already. He goes. The pitch is a strike. Throw to second. Is up the second base side. The tag, and he's out. Yep. He is out. That's a perfect throw by Bryson Satterley. And the tag applied by Riley Faulkner. And caught stealing is Samson Ortega to end the bottom of the 5th inning.
And it did not look like he got a good jump on that at all.
You're right. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. To the 6th we go. Fort Morgan 4, Frederick 4 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Miller's Landscaping Materials.
Both teams have gone to the bullpen as Charlie Langford now will be pitching for the Mustangs, and he threw a gem in relief in one of their victories in those tournament games that ended up being played here, as the Mustangs are riding a 3-game winning streak. Let's check the numbers for Langford. We'll get to those here momentarily. 1-1 with a 4.67 ERA. The pitch. Fastball is way outside to Ali Justice. He popped out and lined out. He's 0 for 2. He's got a good-looking swing, as do many lefties. The offering. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner at the knees. There. John, if he can locate it like that, he's going to be tough to hit.
He is.
But I'm not sure Charlie knows where the ball is going. And I mean, because he's got some velocity.
He does.
And the offering. That time he knew. He took something off it, but it's up a little bit up and away, 2-1. I think he knows where his off-speed stuff is going, but it's the fastball that if he gets too jiggly on the mound, he loses his technique. The offering, way outside. 3-1, tied at 4. And this is the 5-6-7 in the lineup for Frederick, looking to take the lead for the first time. The pitch, the breaking ball is outside, and I'm sorry.
Wasn't even close.
What, but forget about who's calling a 3-1.
Right.
Breaking ball. Why to the leadoff hitter?
Lay it right up the middle.
I mean, if
Get
that's
the strike.
I don't get that. We're calling a 3-1 breaking ball to the leadoff hitter in a 4-4 game. No, let him hit it.
Let him hit it.
I know he's missed with his fastball, but still, the chances of pitching backwards and getting a strike are still probably minimized there. Here is Isaac Garcia, his first at bat. Squaring to bunt, and it's a strike. Wow. No balls and one strike.
Slice that outside corner on that.
Yeah, that looked questionable, but the Mustangs will take it. Leadoff walks come home to roost, throw to first, and that one spun strange.
Yeah, Mike got out there and he made that save.
Oh, that's what he's done a good portion of the game.
Yeah.
Scoring to bunt, throw back to first. Back in standing is Ali Justice. No balls, one strike. Frederick has not led the entire game. Scoring to bunt, and he waved at it, and he missed it. 0-2.
So now he's got to swing.
No balls and 2 strikes to Garcia. The pitch. Fastball is off the glove of Diaz. Ricochets back to him, but that's not going to do anything. The second on the wild pitch is Justice. 1-2. I still say go with the heat. Don't go with a breaking ball because I have seen so many times you go with a breaking ball and it hits the batter. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted into right center field. J.J. Marquez to his right makes the grab. Runner holds at second, and that throw goes all the way through. A little bit of a risky throw there. You could hit the cutoff there. He wasn't going anywhere. You got to know if you're a right fielder, he's not going anywhere.
He's not.
That ball could have easily gotten away, but there's one down.
Well, unfortunately, I saw Langford get over there behind him to back up that throw.
Yeah.
So he's thinking baseball.
Yeah, when you're the pitcher, you play multiple positions.
Yep. You better.
Logan Rosine has popped out and singled. He is 1 for 2 in the game. So he will now bat from the right side against Charlie Langford. Tied at 4 in the 6th inning. The pitch, and that's in the dirt. Let's make sure. 1 ball and no strikes. All right, right back with you. Swung on, line down the right field line. That's a base hit. A run is going to score, and Frederick is going to take the lead. That was a 3-1 pitch, and it's now 5-4. We missed a couple of pitches there on the base hit from Logan Rosine. And again, you fall behind in the counts, and that's what happens, John. And Frederick has come all the way back.
Yeah, and they're back in it again, and we're in the hunt.
And here is Damian Bañuelos. The stretch and the offering. Curveball is a strike on the inside half. It's 0-1. A ground out and a sack bunt, and Bañuelos reached on the air. Well, you still have 6 outs to play with, but you're down by a run, and they're not done yet.
No, they're not. You better start playing some baseball.
The stretch. The offering down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Damian Banuelos. It was 4-0 Mustangs. Now it's 5-4 Frederick Golden Eagles. Well, and this is the number 8 hitter in the lineup. You don't want this lineup to turn over.
No.
If not, you're looking for more trouble if you're Fort Morgan. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on, 1 across. The offering swung on and grounded weakly to second. Ortiz to his left is going to sidearm to second for the out. Throw back to first, and I'm not sure why Jaden did that.
I'm not either, because he was across the bag.
Well,
I mean,
it's a slowly hit ball. You're not getting. I don't agree with that.
On that.
You've got to know, hey, just hold the ball. We saw that with Isaiah going to first when he didn't need to. It cost you a run. And
right.
even though there was no air there, John,
why run that chance?
Exactly.
I mean, you got the lead runner. Be satisfied sometimes with what you get.
Well,
but again, it's about knowing baseball and knowing what you're capable of and what you're not.
This is not about pitches low, 1 ball and no strikes to Carter Gale 0 for 2. This is not about getting on players. These are team concepts.
Well, it's just playing smart baseball.
That's
you
it.
Start making errors, and that's what'll lose you a game every time.
Well, here's the thing, okay, that we've seen in this inning. The offering. Scoring to bunt, lays it down the third base side. Langford, bare hands. He fires to first for the out.
That's it.
That's an excellent play by Charlie Langford.
Nice shot.
On a pretty good bunt there by Carter Gale. And the top of the 6th is history. However, for Frederick, they score a run. They do it on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Frederick is in the lead over Fort Morgan in Fort Morgan, 5-4 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Time for the Mustangs to rally. They trail Frederick 5-4. And hitting for Fort Morgan will be Isaiah Ortiz, Chase Prouty, and J.J. Marquez. These 3 are 5 for 6 combined. Mm-hmm. Ortiz reached on an error, and then he got a single. But that was against the starting pitcher, Nathan Rapp. Can they do it against Isaac Garcia, looking for the win now? He is the pitcher of record. The offering. Fastball is a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. You score 2 or 3 runs, have Charlie close out the game, then he's the pitcher of he's the pitcher of record anyway.
Yeah.
But instead of a loss, it could be a win. And the offering. Bounces to the backstop.
Well, it looks like Garcia's having some control problems here, too.
Well, and again, these were the 2 weakest teams in this league last year. So if you're Fort Morgan, and Fort Morgan was at the bottom, again, we stressed this earlier in the broadcast, you've got to split these games to the very least, if not win them both.
Yeah.
And the 2-0. That is in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. And I know Coach Langford likes playing small ball, but your next 2 hitters are a combined 4 for 4.
Right.
And I don't think you want to give away an out.
No.
If Ortiz reaches via a walk, which he just, that's a strike. Inside corner, yep.
It did look a
must have caught the
inside.
corner. It's 3-1. Let's see if Isaiah's going to take this pitch. It better be a meatball down the middle to swing. 3 balls and 1 strike from Isaac Garcia. The offering. Popped foul and out of play. Fastball was in on the hands, 3-2. The Mustangs are being out hit 7-6, being outscored 5-4. Payoff pitch. Here it comes. Tapped foul.
Staying alive.
Well, that's as good of a late swing. He waited until that ball was deep in the zone to make sure, you know what, any way possible to get on.
Right.
And he swung as late as possible, to, as you mentioned, to extend the at-bat.
Right.
And the 3-2 pitch. That is way outside. It's a walk. That'll bring up Chase Prouty, who's 2 for 2. Both base hits to left field. See, this is very interesting strategy. Because you can play for the run, but you know these guys have been murdering the ball.
Right.
I mean, Chase's first 2 hits were not cheap.
These are your hitters in the lineup right now.
But Coach likes to play small ball.
He does.
So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what he shows.
The stretch and the pitch, squaring to bunt, and he lays it foul. That's not a buntable pitch.
No, it's
that
way
thing was
too
way high.
Need to pull it back on that one.
0-1. Well, and let's face it, John, this is not defying the coach. You know he doesn't want to bunt. He wants to hit away, and neither does the next hitter. They want to hit away, squaring to bunt. And he takes that for a strike. That's a good pitch.
That was.
I think he thought it was going to be a fastball, which is why he took it. And that was a breaking ball. It's 0-2. And by chance, Chase gets to swing away on the 0-2.
Well,
you have to. You're not going to bunt here.
No, you can't.
Down 0-2.
You got to swing away.
The stretch and the offering. Swung on line. That's a base hit into left field on a changeup. Into second is Isaiah Ortiz, and Prouty is 3 for 3. Well, I think J.J. Marquez is more of a bunter than Chase.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's the third base hit that Chase Prouty has this year on an 0-2 pitch. So he's really done a nice job adjusting.
He does not back out. And if you throw him an off-speed pitch, he's going to get it 99% of the time.
Marquez at 2 for 2. He should be squaring to bunt, and he takes that high on the breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, see, this one I agree with because now you're advancing 2 runners.
Right, and this is where...
Including the go-ahead run.
Yes, and this is where you start getting in their heads.
And you're going to bring up Charlie unless you hit into a double play.
Right.
And Charlie
exactly right.
He's doing this game. 1-0. Lays it up towards the third base side, fielded by the pitcher. Throw to first is in time.
That's okay.
It was up the third base side. Not enough of the third base side for Marquez to beat it out, but that's a sacrifice that is successful. 1 down.
Yeah. He did his job and moved the base runners around. So, I mean, you got to give him a chance. You got to move those runners around because, you got your go-ahead run there standing on second base right now.
Well, now you're going to play the infield in if you're Frederick, and they're going to do that. Second and third with 1 out. Here is Jaden Carrera. He pitched a pretty good game today. Just had that 1 inning where he struggled.
Yep.
Looking to give the Mustangs their lead once again. At third is Ortiz, Prouty at second. The stretch. And the offering. Swung on and grounded. Underneath the first baseman into right field for a base hit. A run scores.
Lead.
Prouty around third, and he's going to score, and the Mustangs are going to lead by a score of 6-5. And to second, Carrera to throw the slide.
Got it.
And he's going to be out. But the Mustangs get the base hit and lead by a run. And, John, I'm not sure how to score that because I think it was a makeable play at first. We'll score to hit for now. I'm not the official score.
Yeah.
But it clearly got underneath the glove of the...
Well, it looked like it caught him flat-footed. Like he was going out and then had to shift back the other way. And it caught him flat-footed.
Yep, and here's Charlie Langford.
Yeah. And it's too bad we didn't have that runner still out there.
Well, we'll see. That's a huge base running mistake by Jaden because Charlie could have been up there.
They sent him late, and I didn't understand that call.
Well, but here's the thing. Let's wait for Charlie's at bat. He's 0 for 2. He swings and pops it into right field. Lefevre is to his left as he backs up, and he makes the grab, and that's it. Langford, a rare 0 for 3 in the game, but the Mustangs have claimed the lead. They get 2 runs on 2 unofficial hits. No errors and nobody left. To the 7th we go. The Mustangs are 3 outs away from their first league home win since 2022. Fort Morgan 6, Frederick 5 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the 7th inning. And the Mustangs lead the Frederick Golden Eagles 6-5. Charlie Langford with a second full inning of work. And to close this game, this is Morgan County's B106 KPRB. Brush, Fort Morgan. And this is Dom Lefevre, top of the order for Frederick. Lefevre's 1 for 2, a ground out, a single, and a walk. The pitch, breaking ball is outside.
Yeah, he's got to zero in.
Well, not only zero in, I just get beat with a fastball. I really think that's the pitch to throw. That's a fastball, and that's a beautiful pitch for a strike at the knees. Yeah, this game right now is resting on the right arm of Charlie Langford. We are 2 hours and 4 minutes deep. 6-5 Fort Morgan. On the 2-run single by Carrera, the pitch. Swung on and fisted right side. Second baseman Ortiz to his left. Bobbles it and then throws to first for the out. I'm not sure what the hitter Lefevre was doing. What was he doing there?
I don't know.
He didn't even get out of the box.
He's standing there.
Well, John, he would have reached. He would have
on the
reached.
bobble. I don't know why he didn't take off.
Did he not think that that ball was put in play?
Well, I don't know. Something. I guess my coach always told me, if you hear the ping of the bat, you run. Let the umpire decide what's going on.
John, I'm not sure he knew that ball was in play. I mean, why would you not run?
Yeah, he never made it out of the batter's box, it didn't look like.
Max Meza takes a fastball down and in. No. If he runs right out of the box, he's on base.
He's there.
Because it was bobbled by Ortiz.
And that's the thing, though. Ball first, quit looking up at the runner.
Fastball is up and in. You're right.
Every time you get that ball, and then you can go.
Isaiah played the ball very well on that 4-6 fielder's choice in the previous inning because he took his time.
He did.
I mean, I know the ball's hit slowly. I know he's had a lot of English hit on some of those balls, but rushing it doesn't make things any better.
No, not at all.
2 balls and no strikes. 1 out in the 7th. The Mustangs with a 6-5 lead on Frederick, looking for their first league win at home in 2 seasons. Line in the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right. It's 2-1. On deck, it's Riley Faulkner. Looking in. And the offering. Curveball is a beauty.
Nice.
Wow.
He laid that in
I
there
tell you what.
beautifully.
I'm not sure I would have called that pitch, but it worked out because he called the 2-1 on the previous. Well, I was thinking it was a 3-1 that he called. It was a 3-1. 2-1, right. You can take a chance. You still have another pitch.
But it froze the batter.
Yep.
He thought it was
2-2. Fastball is inside, and the count is full at 3-2 to Max Meza. Watch out, Riley Faulkner's a good hitter on deck, as is the number 4 hitter, Bryson Satterley. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Langford to the plate. Swing and a miss on a fastball on the inner half, and Meza strikes out.
That's huge. That was a huge out right there.
And there's 2 down. Fort Morgan pitchers have now struck out 5. Carrera had 4 in the early going. That's the first strikeout a Mustang pitcher's had in a long time. Riley Faulkner has been dangerous after striking out. He singled twice. Another right-handed hitter in this Frederick lineup. And the pitch. Fastball right down the middle. That's strike 1.
Well, and hopefully somebody's looking at the spray chart to see where he's hitting.
Well, they've been to left field.
Yeah, I was going to say the second one, I think he pulled right down third base line.
The pitch. Curveball is a strike on the inner half. Yeah, 1 to left field. Then he had that little dribbler towards Isaiah that he threw away.
Oh, yeah.
So that was the other one. 0-2, and Charlie looks like he's in command. Looking in for the sign. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and tapped out in front of the plate. Langford charges, bare hands it, throws to first, and it's up the first base side into right field, but no advance. That's a base hit.
Yeah,
it is a base hit. A good throw, I think, would have got him, but it was such a tough play.
Well, there was just no time. He had to rush that throw to get it.
Well, and you know what's bad about that, John? That was his 31st pitch. If he can keep it at 35 or less, he's eligible to pitch on Saturday. But if he goes past 35, he can't pitch.
Right. So
well,
nice.
I could be wrong about that. But I have to check the chart. I could be wrong about that. But it would have helped be under 35. The offering. Fastball is upstairs to Bryson Satterley. He's popped out twice and walked. He's 0 for 2. Yeah, I've got to check that. It's 110 with 3 days rest. Maybe he's okay, but we'll see.
I don't know if they changed.
I thought it was 35 with 1 day's rest. The pitch. Fastball strike outside corner. Nice frame job by Jason Diaz. It's 1-1.
Well, and I think that you're right. It seems to me like it's 35.
And he's going to be coming up on 34 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 1 on. 6-5 Fort Morgan, top 7. And the pitch. And the breaking ball went behind him. How that did not hit him is a miracle.
I don't know.
2-1.
He kind of sat in just a little bit towards the plate that it went right around his calves. I think he was expecting it to hit him.
Yeah, he was. 2-1 to Bryson Satterley. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Threw the fastball right by him. Here we go. 2-2.
One more like that, and it's over.
The Mustangs are looking to extend their win streak to 4. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In the top of the 7th, the stretch by Langford. Throw back to first. John, you're shaking your head, and so am I.
We talked about that.
Why? Why?
Don't go
Nothing
for the
good
cheap
can
out.
happen. You had one pickoff earlier in the game.
Right. Don't go for the cheap out.
Well, yeah,
If the
work on
guy's
this
out
hitter.
there, that's a different thing. But he didn't have a strong lead.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded to first. Strange has it, and he steps
the
to the
game.
bag.
That's
Michael
the game. 6-5.
Strange played an outstanding first base today for the Mustangs
Absolutely.
as he leaped for that baseball, secured it, and Fort Morgan wins 6-5. In the inning, Frederick strands a runner. Fort Morgan 6, Frederick 5 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Score would have reflected a whole lot different.
Well, but when your best hitter has an off game, and that's going to happen, especially when you go and hitting 647. Okay, there are no 647 hitters unless it's slow pitch softball. That
Right.
doesn't happen even in high school baseball. So the Mustangs pick up the victory. Keep in mind that we will not be there in Frederick. We have a Les Schwab Tire Center remote from noon to 2. That's their grand opening on Saturday, but that will be an 11 a.m. game. We will have the next game coming up next Wednesday, April 3rd, right here. It's a Wednesday-Thursday against Skyline. Originally a Tuesday-Thursday, now a Wednesday-Thursday. Wednesday here and then Thursday in Longmont. We'll have both games on Morgan County's B106. For John Prouty, I'm John Beltran. Have a great night and God bless and happy Easter. We'll talk to you once again next week. The final score from Legion Field in Fort Morgan. The Mustangs get it done. They pick up their 4th win of the season, their 4th consecutive victory as they rally with 2 in the bottom of the 6th to beat Frederick 6-5 on Morgan County's B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.